So, has big tech gone too far? That is a burning question for 2021. It's a really tough question to answer, if I'm being honest, but honestly, I have to say yes. Big tech has gone too far. To play devil's advocate with myself, here are a few things that we should, in fact, consider. Social media platforms have rules and regulations in place to protect their users. When you sign on to them, you agree to their terms and conditions. So that is one of the ways that they can protect users, which I would say is a good thing. Misinformation spreads quickly, so we need to have a way to block it, and social media, they attempt it. Having a way to prevent threats, bullying, sexual harassment, things like that's a good thing. Somebody's threatening or making crude comments and things like that. Having social media be able to block that user, remove comments, remove posts, so on and so forth, I think that's actually a good thing. And then moderation of explicit content around minors is also a good thing. You're supposed to be of a certain age to have social media and so on and so forth. And instead of doing like some sort of age restriction on content itself, they just block any content that is basically not PG-13. So, that's all good stuff if it's done in the correct manner. The key word is correct, or keywords, correct manner. However, too much power for all of the above reasons really could be a bad thing, and here's why. Facebook and Twitter, they haven't stopped or even slowed the spread of misinformation. What they have done instead is simply controlled the information to support what their beliefs are. Beliefs and facts are two different things. Fact is, Facebook and Twitter are harmful to correct and factual information. The belief is they think that they're doing a good job when they're not. So, for example, I shared something a while back saying, if you're going to wear a mask for COVID-19, it needs to be an N95 rated mask, because homemade masks, cloth masks, sponge masks, carbon masks, things like that, they don't protect you as well as an N95 mask. That's a fact. Another fact is not all N95 masks are rated for the COVID-19. And there's a brand, I don't remember the brand, but on the side of the box it literally says it does not protect against COVID-19. And so I had shared that information, all factual, nothing there. Facebook said that I was, sharing misleading information, but they couldn't provide me with anything proving that what I said was incorrect. And so they're just blocking it simply because they don't like my account for lots of different reasons, actually. Facebook, Twitter, and I have gone round and round. Anyways, that's just one of many examples. Facebook and Twitter have also gone as far as removing, blocking, and harassing users with threats of account removal simply because they disagree with the user's viewpoints. I know this for a fact because they've both banned me for not agreeing with a specific political party. So I know that for a fact. Microsoft has also gone a little too far with locking accounts for friendly trash talk on Xbox Live. Women may not understand this unless they're gamers, but guys, when we get into whether it's a video game or a football game, whether it's online, in person, whatever, when we get into games, we trash talk each other. Locker room talk, whatever you want to call it, and no, it's not politically correct, but we're friendly, we're joking around, it's best friends just having fun. And sure, if we're in a group chat and there's, a 12-year-old playing Call of Duty, Warzone, which 12-year-old probably shouldn't be playing that, so that's bad on the parents. But if two guys are on there talking and a 12-year-old's on a mature game, we shouldn't be punished and our account shouldn't be blocked because of a parent not, parenting their child, letting a 12-year-old play a 17 and older rated game. So, I think it's silly that they go as far as blocking accounts for trash talk. Now, I do agree with, if somebody is harassing somebody or threatening somebody or so on and so forth, yes, block it. But, just having algorithms that catch certain words and then immediately banning accounts, I think that's silly. I think it's going too far. Another thing is Apple and Google remove apps simply because they disagree with them, such as Parler. Apple is always in lawsuits with their App Store practices anyways. That's on them. Both companies have terms and conditions for being on their app stores, which makes sense. I don't blame them. You've got to abide by their rules. I get that. However, removing Apple apps simply because Apple or Google's misinformed or because they don't like them should not be grounds for dismissal, which was the case with Parler. Amazon also went too far when they removed Parler from AWS Web, which is Amazon Web Services. A lot of the things that they were saying about Parler, not true. They all three, Apple, Amazon, Google, claim to have dropped Parler simply because of their practices, which supposedly included no moderation of content and allowing violence. First off, I spent a good chunk of time on Parler, and I never saw any violence being enticed, encouraged, or spread, or anything else that big tech wanted to claim. I did see a lot of pissed off Americans, but nothing violent. And I've seen lots and lots and lots of violence on Twitter and a lot on Facebook, mostly aimed towards conservatives, but neither Facebook nor Twitter, with all of the violence and hatred on those two apps, they've not condoned it, banned it, removed it, and a lot of it was spreading hate and violence towards anybody that wasn't a leftist. So the way I see it, Apple, Google, and Amazon are all hypocritical if they're going to allow Facebook and Twitter to be in their app stores and on their web services, but removing Parler. I mean, Parler, like I said, I spent a lot of time on there, and I never once saw any violence in being enticed or encouraged. Everything I saw was just people going, yo, this is messed up. I hate this. We need to do something about this. But it was all legal, nothing illegal, nothing violent. So I think it's extremely hypocritical that they allow violence from the left towards the right on Facebook and Twitter, but the moment that Parler allows the people on the right to just express themselves, nothing, no violence, just expressing their dislike for Facebook and Twitter, and that gets removed. I think it's all hypocritical and a load of crap. And YouTube is just as bad, honestly, which is kind of a bummer. But it's because they're a Google entity. YouTube bans any kind of conspiracy theory that they don't agree with, which I think it sucks and it's crappy because I don't know about you, but I personally love conspiracy theories. I think they're fun to listen to, whether I agree with them, whether I don't agree with them. Overall, I find them humorous, and I enjoy listening to other people's ideas and possibilities because, I don't know, I like hearing other alternatives sometimes. If big tech really wanted to protect their users, and I've already touched on this, Twitter should be removed completely. Facebook should get a very strong warning, and if not fixed within a month, they should be removed as well. Both companies promote hatred, disrespect, misleading information, and violence towards anybody that disagrees with them. Apple is very hypocritical. I mean, check out their products and how they're made. A lot of them through sweatshops. Google, Amazon, no different. So they're extremely hypocritical. So while I am all for protecting users, I feel as though we should protect all users equally, no matter their beliefs, race, sexuality, and so on. You can't pick sides and claim to be for equality, which is exactly what big tech is doing. Yes, we need to prevent bullying, but no, we shouldn't stop friends from being able to trash talk each other and joke with each other while gaming. Yes, we need to prevent harassment of all kinds. Yes, we need to protect misinformation, but we need to do it on an unbiased level, all of which big tech fails on. I know that I am missing a lot of other crappy things that big tech has done, but that was just what was at the top of my head. I could honestly turn this video into a 3-hour rant because of how Facebook and Twitter have treated me and my accounts. That's honestly why I went with Parler. One thing that I found, that once I had deleted my Twitter account completely, I became a much happier person because I wasn't seeing all the hatred and ignorance that was all over Twitter. I also deleted Snapchat because I thought it was dumb. I removed my Instagram from my phone as well, just because, I don't know, I don't see the point in having just an app where you can only share photos when you get on other apps such as Facebook and you can share photos and thoughts and everything else, but whatever. The only reason why I still have my Facebook is because of my YouTube channel. I really want more subscribers. I want to be able to use Facebook as a platform to promote my YouTube, because my YouTube I use to try to teach people things. As you've noticed with a lot of my videos, is that I'd like to teach people a lot of different stuff about technology. But I also put other things on there, you know, a few controversial videos, some video games, a couple automotive things. You know, I want to have a wide array because, you know, that's just me. I like to be a jack of all trades, master of none. So that's just kind of how I handle things. Is I like to learn a lot as much as I can, and so I want to be able to pass that on in some way. And so that's why I still have my YouTube and my Facebook. As I wrap up this video, I want to end it with a question. First, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Secondly, big tech has gone too far and will continue to, unless we the users and we the people stop it. Thirdly, if big tech can remove apps with the flip of a switch, shut down million-dollar companies overnight, and control the content that they believe is misleading, why can't they remove child pornography and protect our kids?